Hello, my friends, and wherever you are out there, I hope you're having a great day or a great evening. And today, what I want to talk about is embracing your uniqueness, realizing that there's no such thing as perfection. You are already perfect just the way you are. And that's what I want to talk about today. And I want to share with you a story. Now, there was a woman a long time ago, and she had two pots. And she took the two pots to the river and she collected water. And she would walk all the way to the master's house. And out of the two pots, one was perfect, she would say. It had no cracks. It had no imperfections. And then there was a second pot with a crack down the side. And always, as it got halfway, the water would leak out of the crack pot side. And when they reached the master's house, that crack pot was always half full because of the water leaking. And the other pot always remained full because it had no cracks. And this went on for a number of years, and the crack pot was so sad. It felt so down in the dumps. It was so upset. And one day it apologized to the lady. And it said, I'm so sorry that I'm always spilling my water halfway along the trip. And the lady said to the crack pot, with a caring, compassionate voice, and it said, there's no need to apologize. I always knew about your crack on the side. And she said, as we walk along to the master's house, I want you to look at your side of the path, halfway along the journey. And I want you to tell me what you see. And then I want you to look on the other pot side and tell me if you see anything. She said, because I always knew about your crack. And she said, I think you'll see something beautiful that comes out as a result of it. And as they're going along the journey, the crack pot checked its side halfway along the journey, like she said. And the crack pot saw nothing but beautiful flowers on her side. Saw nothing but beautiful flowers on his side. And when he looked on the perfect pot, so-called perfect pot side, didn't see anything except barren land. Nothing beautiful, nothing colorful. And when the crack pot saw these beautiful flowers, it was overjoyed. And it felt so happy. And the lady said to the crack pot, it said, can you see? I always knew about your crack. And what I did, because of your crack, I always put plants there on your side, because I knew that would be where the water falls out. And she said, for those number of years, you've always watered it. And she said, can you see how beautiful those plants are? And then she said to the pot, she said, have you noticed I always carry beautiful flowers and put it on the table of the master's house? And she said, do you know how I get those flowers? And the crackpot said, how? She said, it's because of you. She said, if you didn't have your crack down the side, I wouldn't have those beautiful flowers to take to the master's house. I wouldn't have something so beautiful to show. And she said to the cracked pot, she said, you look at your crack as imperfection and you aim to be perfect. She said, your imperfection or this crack is what makes you unique, is why there can never ever be a pot like you. So she said to the pot, she said, when you look at your crack, realize that the so-called flaws you believe you have are never weaknesses. They're your strength. They're what makes you unique. And if you didn't have this, I wouldn't have such beautiful flowers. She said, see, out of everything, even out of imperfection that you believe you are, beauty thrives. She said, there's no such thing as cracked, imperfect. She said, you are perfect just the way you are. And so the cracked pot was so happy and so overjoyed. And this is such a beautiful story. Why? Because so often in society, we place emphasis on perfection. Perfect body, perfect abs, perfect house, perfect car, perfect. We place so much emphasis on it, and we seek to judge when it isn't perfect. So I'm sharing you this story, and I consider it a beautiful story. Because how often are we like the cracked pot, and if we see a little bit of imperfection, we beat ourselves up, we put ourselves down, we be mean to ourselves, or others be mean to us. However, I want you to realize this is what makes you unique. Your weaknesses are not weaknesses. These so-called weaknesses you believe you have are your strengths. That's what makes you unique. That's what makes you one of a kind. So, next time, whenever you choose to label yourself, realize this. There's no such thing as cracked or broken. You are perfect just the way you are. And whatever it is, it makes you unique. And it makes you one of a kind. And let me give you another example. So often I got put down about my voice. Oh, you speak slowly, you speak funny, you speak retarded, is something wrong with you? I got attacked on social media and one guy said, oh, you speak like a loser. But you know what? I used to think my voice was a flaw. I used to think speaking slowly was a weakness, and I hated my own voice. And then I realized something, just like the cracked pot. Me speaking slowly allows you to better understand me. Me speaking slowly allows me to better get my message across. So when I look at it, I realize that me speaking slowly isn't a weakness. It's a strength. It's what makes me unique. It's what makes me realize that there will never ever be another person like me. So, be proud of yourself, love yourself, and appreciate the person you are, because you are perfect just the way you are. And if you do believe, oh, I've got flaws, realize this, it isn't flaws. Scrap that word. It's what makes you unique. And you are unique just the way you are. I hope this video helps you, and I hope you got something out of it. Namaste. And you are perfect just the way you are. Thank you.